I'm a business performance coach. I work typically with owners of small and medium-sized businesses to help them get better performance in their businesses. But when I first hung out my shingle as a professional coach, I didn't want to work with business owners. I didn't know squat about businesses. I wanted to work with people. So when I studied coaching, it was in the UK, and they called it life coaching over there, and they told me it comes from Canada. And I thought, well, that's great, I'll go back home to Canada, hang out my shingle, and I get back home here in Canada, nobody knows about coaching. Then I heard something on the radio. It was within the first 2 months, I think I was back in Canada. And when I say Canada, I'm from southeastern Ontario, near Kingston. So I'm back there starting my little coaching business, and I hear on the radio this advertisement that says, it was for a lottery ticket, buy your lottery ticket. And it said something like, dance like nobody's watching, sing like nobody's listening, that sort of thing, and hire a life coach. And I went, oh my God, I will never get clients with this kind of, disrespect for life coaching. So at any rate, I was being interviewed because I was doing what little bit I knew about marketing my business. I was being interviewed by newspapers, local newspapers, and who was I attracting to me but small business owners? And so then I reconciled myself with that because who's in a business? The people. So if I can help these small business owners have better run businesses, it's not helping just the small business owner. It's helping his family or her family. It's helping all of the employees. It's helping all of the customers. And I said, okay, thank you, God. I would have never figured this one out on my own, so thanks for showing me that. However, in the beginning of being a professional coach, as I say, I didn't really know a whole lot about being in business, so I was just marketing. I was throwing out the big nets, the fishing net, and just anything that I could catch in it was great. And I did work with some employees in the beginning. Now my investment point is, at a point that not too many employees see that they have the wherewithal to pay that kind of money to improve their lives. And one of those women was 38 years old, was diagnosed with breast cancer at the age of 37. Diagnosed with breast cancer on the very same day that her mom was re-diagnosed with breast cancer. And so then after she had had her fourth and final operation, 2 months after that, I think it was, or maybe 4 months after that, her husband had a heart attack. He was 42 years old. And I wasn't surprised. They had 2 young children, everything she went through, trying to help her mom go through what she was going through, and then her 42-year-old husband had a heart attack. So then she heard of me being interviewed on the radio. She chanted all the way to work, she said. Then she got there, forgot about it. Then a few days later, she was reading an article that was in a magazine, a wellness magazine that was in their lunchroom. And she's going like, oh my God, this is what this woman was, talking about on the radio. And then she saw that the article was mine, I had written it. So we worked together. We worked together for a very short period of time relative to how long I worked with businesses. I think we worked together for about 6 months. I can't remember exactly now. She sends me this email a few months after that, and she said, Lynn, do you remember the very first day our coaching sessions started, and you asked me, where I wanted to be, that sort of thing? She said, it happened, like yesterday. So there she was telling her story to an audience of several hundred people. And I think it was maybe for the Terry Fox run or something like that, but she was the keynote speaker to set that off. So she said to me, actually, and this is a young woman with young children who went through all of this, and she said to me that it was probably the best thing that had ever happened in her life to have had breast cancer. Now, there aren't many people who say that.